community, a dream come true. Springmoor, located in Raleigh, welcomed its first residents in 1984, only a year from the announcement party, June 2, 1983, at Greystone Pool. When Judd Ammons, a leading Raleigh developer, and Marshall Evans, Springmoor's first executive director, outlined their dream to put together an experienced development team to build the finest life care retirement community, managed by a local board of directors consisting of some of Raleigh's leading citizens. President of the board since its inception is James L. C., a prominent Raleigh attorney and civic leader whose talents enabled Springmoor to become the fine life care community it is today. Another key person in making Springmoor a dream come true is Joellen Ammons, wife of Judd Ammons. Joellen handled all the interior decorating and has assisted many residents in setting up their new homes at Springmoor. But at the pool party that day in June, the dream was just beginning to take shape. And sitting in the audience was Amos Gentry Bullard Sr., a charter resident of Springmoor. And now, 8 years later, it has been Mr. Bullard's dream to combine his pictorial history of Springmoor with interviews with residents to create a visual tribute to Springmoor, a dream come true.
So I had visions of Springmoor just being another nursing home like my dad had. But I was pleasantly surprised when I got up there and got over here and I began to meet the people and all to find out, well, it's more than a nursing home. It's a very comprehensive community in which you can experience a high quality of living all in one little community. So the buying facilities here was a part of Judd Ammons' dream. But the total facilities as well as the total program here, I think, was a dream of the entire Ammons family, not just Judd and Joanne. But the thing I like most about Springmoor is the caring attitude of the staff and my neighbors. That is extremely important when you're living out your retirement years, to feel like that you're around people that care something about you and that you're not just a number. I said it's not perfect, but it's about as near like heaven as I'm going to expect to find on planet Earth.
Well, we like the facilities and the location. And the thing, when we first signed up for it, there was very little here. They had some of the excavations dug, and the house number 2 was under construction. Number 4 was completed, and they were using it as an office. But we could see the overall layout. Sawmill Road wasn't even paved at that time. We have found that the facilities and the friends and the beauty of the place. Springmoor has won many citations for the appearance and the landscaping and the overall setup. We think it's number 1.
There was one sentence that got to me when they were interviewing me and you know, giving me the layout. And it was stress-free living. And when you live in New York and they mention stress-free, this sticks out in your head, you know, like this is non-existing in New York City. And the help is nice, and all you have to do is go to the office and say, you know, I have a problem with this or this, and wham, it's done. I mean, coming from New York City where you call up and they say, we'll be there, you know, and 6 months later they're still thinking about it. This is a treat for me. It really is. I feel I made such a good choice. I mean, in the beginning I sort of looked like, oh, this is a lot of money. But when I went home and I sat and figured it all out, where you have this steady thing for the rest of your life compared to what these enormous sums where you do get ill and wipe you out completely, this was the far better choice.
We investigated a number, but actually we came to Springmoor and felt there's no use looking at others. It's provided us with a home, with many friends, freedom to do things, at the same time a sense of security. If we need it, we have all the health services here that we need, and the health services here are superb. And we came here not to sit still and do nothing, but to be free to do things. And I think people should come to a place like Springmoor not to die, but to live. It's what we did.
A retirement home that has health care is definitely preferable. It makes any transition that you may have to make, like going to a health center, easier than if you have to move out of the retirement center, go off to some place that's completely unfamiliar. If you stay in the same place, you have friends who will come to see you. The doctors you're familiar with, and they come right here to Springmoor. Also, I think one of the big pluses is the fact that you pay for one meal a day here, and therefore you're pretty likely to get out and eat that one meal a day in the dining room since you're paying for it, and that gets you out with people, which is very important. I think he was a total success in his bringing his dream to reality. I really think he did a fabulous job.
There are several people down there in that garden with beautiful gardens. We're teaching each other, and there's not too much competition. We say there's none. When we do that, we're lying. You can't help it. You might not. Let me tell you, down there the other day is who gets the first tomato. Do you know one mean person tied a store-bought tomato on another person's tomato vine, and he admitted later he took it home and ate it? It happened. So we got a lot of fellowship and a lot of fun down there. Not too long ago, this lady that is over 90 came down into the dining room. She had somebody had bought her a big long stem rose, and she had it pinned across her breast. She looked about, you'd have guessed her 60. She had such a smile on her face, and I thought, my Lord, what more could anybody ask out of life than what that lady is showing? Yes, I think that anybody could move in here and be happy. Now, I do think this, that if they will move in, if they realize the need for it and will move in while they are still capable of adjusting, it's so much better. I know the Ammonses. I know the children. I just have a tremendous admiration for it. And when I think about it, Judd says, I asked him outright one time, I said, Judd, why in the world would you undertake something like Springmoor with the obligations that it would carry when you're very successful as a developer? And his answer was, Howard, you want to do something besides build houses.
Ode to Springmoor, written by a friend of Amos Bullard, perhaps best summarizes the sentiments of Springmoor residents. The decision wasn't easy to give up my nice home, but soon I came to know I was not in this alone. My friends and children encouraged me. They thought the move was great. Their support was very helpful. I'm coming to see of late. The sheer beauty of this place, flowers blooming in profusion, prove a source of joy and comfort in those times of my confusion. Delightful dining at mealtime with many newfound friends brings added joy and happiness that never ends. My friends can come to visit and even share a meal. I can have my independence, which everyone likes to feel. The activities that are planned truly keep us young at heart. I can always have my choice of whether I'll take part. The medical facilities are the best found anywhere. What a feeling of security to know we have such care. And so I'm glad I came. Couldn't ask for more. I've come to love my new home that we all call Springmoor.
Thanks to Howard Ellis, Alice Greenlaw, Thomas Lindsay, Martha Lee, and Kenneth Knight, Springmoor residents who graciously donated their time to be interviewed, the Springmoor staff for their assistance, and Amos Gentry Bullard Sr., who not only contributed his time in pictorial history, but who was the driving force in the creation of this video.